An explosion so massive that it destroyed a home, and yet somehow someone inside survived. Hear from him about what happened.
Police have an abandoned dog on their hands and an eyewitness who saw it happen. And new information on the continuing search along the Red River for a missing snowmobiler.
Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Tonight you're going to hear from someone who may be one of the luckiest people on the planet. Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We have an exclusive interview with a man who's lucky to be alive. His name is Kenny Swenson. He lives in rural Bemidji. He survived a propane gas explosion at his house last week. It shredded his home.
Now, he is currently recovering from his injuries in Minneapolis. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson talks to Swenson in a story that you will only see here.
That's when something happened, and then I was laying outside on the ground.
No one, including Kenny Swenson, knows exactly how he was able to survive the massive propane blast. Swenson remembers working on his furnace while talking to his wife on the phone, and then lying on his back some 30 feet from where his home once stood.
Just thinking about our dogs.
Swenson broke down trying to explain the loss of his 3 dogs. His wife picked up the phone to further explain Kenny's injuries.
He suffered a severe concussion. His 2 hands are burned. The right one had a large gash. He's got many lacerations and punctures and scratches.
Kenny regained his composure and got back on the phone to say his experience of nearly falling out of a helicopter during his military service in Vietnam was nothing compared to this blast. Kenny credits his survival to a higher power.
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't think it was luck because, I'm thinking of some kind of, I just call it God. I should be dead and I'm not.
Kenny and his wife Gretchen hope to return to Bemidji in a week or two, where they'll now have to rent a place. They'll also both have their first chance to look at what was their home and wonder how Kenny ever survived. From Bemidji, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Kenny works as a rural mail carrier. If you'd like to help the Swensons get back on their financial feet, a benefit fund has been set up. You can mail your contributions to Kenneth Swenson Benefit in care of Wells Fargo Bank, 122 3rd Street Northwest, Bemidji, Minnesota 56601. The address is on your screen. And you'll also be able to find the information online at valleynewslive.com.
Some sunshine and what appeared to be warmer temperatures helped melt some of the snow we got earlier this week, mostly in driveways and sidewalks. Let's find out from Hutch how cold it's going to get tonight. Hutch?
Well, if you're out and about tonight, we are experiencing some mild conditions, but when we look out to the west on the radar, some changes are starting to show up in the big sky country of Montana. Now, where you see the blue, that's snow. Freezing rain skirting the international border, and rain in northeast parts of Montana is moving in our general direction. There is a freezing rain advisory for northwest portions of North Dakota. For us, get out and enjoy the quiet, albeit cool conditions in the teens this evening. Light winds and fairly quiet and pleasant conditions. Overnight, increasing clouds, chance of fog, freezing fog, mixed precipitation, and some accumulating snow. Hour-by-hour details on that coming up in a bit, you guys. And a chance for some weekend accumulating snow could mean a chance to use a snow machine for the first time in quite some time. Details shortly.
Hutch, quickly, what's the balloons for?
Oh, special thanks to our big friend Ashley Burgett for saying thanks to us weather people on Weather Person's Day.
Oh,
yes.
All right, thank you. Well, breakups are tough, especially for teenagers. Many parents teach their children about having healthy relationships, but skip the lessons on how to end unhealthy relationships.
But now 10th graders in Grand Forks County will go through a training course about breakups in honor of National Teen Dating Violence Prevention and Awareness Month. The course is called Breakups 101. This course encourages healthy relationships, even healthy breakups, through respect, dignity, and self-esteem, recognizing what a healthy relationship looks like and navigating the methods that teens are commonly using now to break up. Nearly 600 10th graders in Grand Forks County are expected to attend this. An arrest warrant has been issued for a local sex offender after he failed to properly register his address. Police are looking for Daniel McDonald. Investigators determined that McDonald intentionally misrepresented his address, which violates his terms as a sex offender. If you have any information, you're asked to call law enforcement.
A Mahnomen, Minnesota man will serve 7 years in prison for stabbing another man outside a downtown Fargo hotel in November. Samuel Ortley Jr. pleaded guilty to attempted murder. Police say Ortley, his father, and several other men got into an argument that turned into a drunken fight. One victim was stabbed several times. Another man was hit over the head. Ortley will be on probation following his release from prison. His father was arrested on a warrant outside of Mahnomen County.
It's a very sad sight. Video capturing an owner abandoning its dog and driving off. West Fargo police want you to know that this is a crime to abandon an animal in North Dakota. In fact, it's a Class A misdemeanor. The video was provided to police by a resident in the area with a camera system. Police tell us late this afternoon that they have a suspect and they are being cooperative in the investigation. The pit bull mix is now at Homeward Animal Shelter in Fargo. Well, coming up tonight on Valley News Live 10 at 10, meet the dog, and then we'll also hear from area shelter advocates who say this happens a lot more than you would think.
The search for a missing snowmobiler has been suspended until spring. Cole Schwint is the snowmobiler from Moorhead who broke through thin ice along the Red River in early December. His sled and some personal items were recovered earlier, but previous searches for his body have been unsuccessful. A special sonar called Hummingbird was used today. It gives them a 360-degree image of the river bottom. Searchers drilled hundreds of holes and were using portable fish houses to give them a better view, but they've run into some issues with very thick ice, snags, and tree branches. Schwint has been missing since December 2nd. A spokesperson for Valley Water Rescue says there's not much we can do until spring.
In the wake of several high-profile oil and saltwater spills out west, North Dakota lawmakers are looking at requirements for certain safety equipment on pipelines. The bill in the Senate would require a company to apply for a permit before the installation of any line carrying gas, liquid, or saltwater. The author of the bill says he would like the state to hire an independent contractor rather than a state agency to inspect it if companies are following the law.
Just about had it up to my eyeballs, and people taking care of their own. And when you have the fox guarding the hen house, it's not very good.
Senator Wardner says that some of the wording of the bill might need to be changed to allow for new technology to be used and required to prevent spills. As of now, though, no one testified in opposition to this bill.
An early morning fire woke up a lot of people at the Park East Apartments located in downtown Fargo. Firefighters got a call about smoke coming from the building about 2 this morning, and when they arrived, they found a car on fire in the garage unit. The sprinkler system on either side of the burning car kept nearby cars, in fact the building, from being damaged seriously. The cause of that fire appears to be in the vehicle. Damage is estimated at about $40,000.
What's on your dinner table tonight? It could affect your sleep in just a few hours. Did you know certain foods can help you sleep better at night? Tonight on Valley News Live 10 at 10, we talked to a Sanford health dietitian about some key nutrients that will help you get more Z's, and we'll provide a sleep-friendly shopping list for you.
People opposed to the use of drones by law enforcement agencies will get their day before the North Dakota legislature. It'll happen on Monday. Lawmakers will be debating a bill that would make officers get a warrant before using them. That idea doesn't sit very well with Grand Forks County Sheriff Bob Rost. Rost says his department has flown 16 missions over the last 3 years that they've had the devices. And he says law enforcement needs to use the new technologies available, like the UAS, as they are called, to do a better job.
It seems to me that they're trying to restrict the use of the UAS for surveillance. And I guess what I'm talking about is, you know, if a helicopter can fly over your house at 400 feet without a search warrant, why are you asking the UAS to get a search warrant to do the same thing?
Sheriff Ross says his department is playing by the rules, particularly when it comes to the issue of a person's expectation of privacy.
For some North Dakotans, access to proper dental care is actually a luxury, but legislators are trying to change that. Currently in North Dakota, thousands don't have access to affordable and routine dental care because of dentist shortages. Last year, 40% of North Dakota's counties had either one or no dentist. And with our current system, many North Dakotans have to travel a long way to get dental care. The proposed legislation would allow dental hygienists to get more education and training and get certified. They'd then be able to provide routine care under the supervision of a dentist. It's scheduled for a hearing on Tuesday.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, potential trouble for a lot of us surrounding the latest hack.
And some unsettled weather heading our way as we close out our work week and head into the weekend. Measurable snow for some. I'll have details in your hour-by-hour forecast next.
You're watching Valley News Live on TV, online, and on the go. Always on, wherever you are, whenever you need to know. Valley News Live.